You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. You roll with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. If we don't play, our wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. And yet again, man, we are pumped and honored to introduce to you another special guest on the Buckeye Boys, the number one defensive tackle in the nation, number one, Lamar Brown, out of Louisiana. Lamar, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Mello, how you doing?
Man, I'm good. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, chat, you know what to do. Hit that like button, please, if you could. Share this stream on your X, your Instagram, your Facebook, and whatever else there is out there. That'd be a big help to us. You want to ask Lamar a question, get in the super chat, shoot us our way, and we will ask it for you. But let's just dive into it, man. We're excited. We'll get to the Ohio State stuff towards the end because we know Ohio State offered you, and Buckeye Nation is pretty obsessed with defensive line recruiting right now. So we're pretty obsessed about it. But let's start from the beginning, Lamar. Obviously, big-time football player, right? You were interior offensive line, just switched to D tackle. But how did this all start for you? When did you get into football, and how did it start?
So I started football when I was like 6 years old. It's just a little league team in my hometown. We just hook up with them. And like at first, I didn't like it, but as I kept playing, I used to like love it. And like now, I just love the game of football now.
So, what's your favorite aspect of the game? What caused you not to like it, and what changed?
Well, it was a kickoff, and like I made a tackle, and I wasn't used to it. So like, but as I kept playing, I got more experience and started playing like dominant, explosive. As a little league player, like a lot of people said to me like they didn't see that many players play like that as a little. Like I think I started my first game when I was 6. So like playing dominant at that age level, that's when I started loving the game. When I was hitting other kids the same way they was doing me. So
yeah. Lamar, did you have any family members play football? Any siblings or your parents play any sports, anything like that?
My mom did track and basketball. My dad played football.
That sounds good, man. So, growing up, was there any other players that we might know that you grew up playing against or in the league that are big time as well right now?
Keelan Moses.
Okay.
LSU commit. I play with a lot of players, especially a lot of LSU commits. Aiden Hall, he's a safety out here. Jalen Chapman, offensive lineman out here. I played against a lot of good players, a lot of top 50 players all around the country, especially when I got into like the travel football, playing against players across the country. So I played against a lot of good players.
So we've noticed, man, when we interview recruits, especially like the big time players, highly ranked players, and players that get Ohio State offers, you know, they didn't get to where they're at on their own, right? They've always had a good support group around them. So can you kind of tell us who the people around you are that are supporting you to get you to where you're at today?
Really, my close family members, my mom, dad, who push me every day. And I strive for I got a little brother, he's 2 years old, so like I want to be someone he could look up to as like when he get older, and like I can give him the keys to being successful in his life. But just family members, people that keep my head straight and everything. And that's really all.
Yeah.
So at what point during your football career, from starting at 6 to where you are now, did you realize that, hey, I'm different? Because I mean, you played against a lot of elite kids growing up down there. You have a lot of elite kids in your area. But what was that turning point when you like, yeah, I got this. I'm him. Like I can make this work.
I never like. Oh, I'll say that the moment that I figured that I could play football at the next level was the 7th grade. But I never really had a moment that I said I was him because, like,
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
I don't think I never really had that. To be honest.
So tell us about your high school football right now. We know that you played a lot of offensive line. You also played D tackle there, but tell us, man, how is your high school football team, and what are you doing for them right now?
Oh, it's pretty good. Senior year, so we didn't win states in like 6 years, so like we try to bring that back. Talking to a lot of guys in my senior group, we want to bring the championship back with the standard. Cause like a lot of great players came through that school, like Kristen Harris, Jordan Clark, Tim Williams, Garrett Brumfield, a lot of good players before me, and like before my time, even before I got to that school. So like we just trying to get the standard back to where it's been for the past couple of years. And we just ready to compete this season. Just give all of what we got.
And who's your biggest threat in competition? And say me and Devin wanted to pull up to a game. What game should we pull up to?
Castle Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
the school. That's the school Blaine go to. So like we play them every year. That's like the Baton Rouge rivalry. So we play them every year.
They got a good team?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Are you you talk to Blaine very much? You very close with him or anything?
Yeah, I talked to him, and I talked to his dad a lot more because his dad like a principal at the middle school at my school. So I talked to him a lot. So.
Oh, okay. Nice. So what were your thoughts when old Blaine committed to the Buckeyes, man? What do you think about that? Happy for him?
Yeah, it was shocking too. Cause like it was out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming. That day because I thought he was gonna set like a commitment day, but like I was in class and then some people in my class like you seen Blaine commit. I was like, that's crazy.
So going through your process, what are some of the things that you're looking for in terms of narrowing down a school or picking a school, and will distance be a factor at all?
Nah, because my parents would go wherever I go, and only thing I really looking for is like this relationship and trust and development which I know Ohio State has, but that's all like the key main factors for me.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. So, dude, when you're on that football field, man, I love hearing about like the thought process and the mentality of football players. You in particular, you play at a pretty high level on both ends of the ball. Like you were a top national recruit on the offensive line, top national recruit on the defensive line. So do you switch mentalities depending on if you're on the offensive or defensive line? And what is that mentality?
Just playing dominant on both sides. I don't really switch mentalities. Just playing like a dog. It's like a dog-eat-dog world. So like just playing dominant.
Yeah, I got you.
So in terms of picking defensive tackle, right? In terms of that, playing it in college, how did you come up with that as opposed to playing on O-line? Because watching your O-line footage, like you're elite at that as well. I think you could go and play in the NFL as an offensive tackle as well. So how did you determine what side of the ball you're going to play, or was that more led by how you're being recruited?
First off, like I came in as a D-line recruit in like 247 rankings and everything, but my freshman year toward the end of the season, we've been having trouble with our O-line, and my coach put me there. So like he thought I could play good, but like I didn't really feel that much comfortable because I always been my whole life. So like I started getting recruited, which a lot of people don't know. Cause like a lot of people say that he's an O-lineman, it's not gonna work for him in D-line. But I started getting recruited first as a defensive lineman. That's which some people don't know. So we've been having we had a little trouble. So he put me there, and ever since then it's been history for me and like my recruitment as offensive lineman. But I decided to make that switch. Not switch, but decided to go to college as a defensive lineman because how athletic I am. I'm 6'4", 285 to 290 range. I run like a 485, and like I can move pretty well. So like, I don't want to waste that. It's not that waste the athleticism on that offensive side of the ball, but I know I can show it pretty good on the defensive side, playing different type of schemes, like from the 0 to 9 tech, and like anybody defense.
Yeah, you got some pretty elite size and athletic ability. Chat, if you guys have not watched Lamar Brown's film, he's it's worth the time to go watch it, man. I almost put it on the loop here to show everybody, but we'll do that at a later date for everybody watching. So, Lamar, when did this recruiting process start for you? When was your first offer, and who was it?
My first offer was LSU going into my ninth grade summer, I believe. Yeah, so it was LSU. I went to camp, and going into freshman year, dominated with the 12th graders. So like I was a good player, and they pulled the trigger on me.
That's pretty crazy, honestly.
LSU.
Watching your film though, it's pretty impressive. Like the violence of hands, the speed, the power, everything that you do. So who helped you get to this level? If you had to give someone credit for helping you perfect your craft.
Oh, I wouldn't consider giving no one credit for real, because I never really had a true trainer. Cause like where I stay, like in Baton Rouge, is not really that. I don't think there's maybe one offensive lineman trainer out here. So like I really work on stuff myself, just watching videos and all that. So I don't really technically have a trainer. I may show up to like a training session with somewhere like in New Orleans or something, but I really don't have a trainer that I work with like every day, day-to-day basis.
Lamar, so there's this national stigma out there. It's not really a stigma because it's just true. You have different states, right, that have different colleges in them that tend to keep their recruits home. You know, Louisiana being one of those. LSU gets a lot of the elite Louisiana kids. Ohio, a lot of the elite Ohio kids. Georgia, right? The list goes on. But recruiting is completely changed now with everything that comes with it. You see more recruits leaving home and taking that leap to go somewhere else. What would you say to that, to people that are saying, hey, he's a Louisiana kid, he's going to LSU? What it might be, yeah, I'm probably going to go there. It might be, I really like LSU. But what would you say to the people that are saying that?
So really, some people know, some people may not know that my school is actually on LSU campus. I think it's like 1 mile, maybe from, I think like a 5-minute walk to Tiger Stadium. But originally, only out of all the players that went Division I, I think maybe like 2 stayed to LSU. A lot of people went other places. So like staying home don't really like bothers me, because like I'm just going to the place that's actually that can develop me, get to where I want to be, which is the next level, so I can retire my parents and all that, and just be successful in life and after football.
I like that. So you got a late offer from Ohio State. Who actually tendered that offer to you?
The DC. He came by the school to talk to me, but like I wasn't there because I didn't think no other school was gonna come, and I didn't have to go to school that day because I was exempt from my exams. But he called me. I actually went to our school baseball game. He called me and he said he loved my film and everything and all that, and then like he called me back like maybe 30 minutes and said they'll offer me, and like I felt amazing about it because it's Ohio State. It's like best in America, so like yeah. And then talking to Coach Larry Johnson, he thought like they've been recruiting me, like because he thought I was committed to LSU, which I wasn't. It was another player that committed in our state. So like yeah, it's late. But like my parents ready to shut everything down, so like they maybe have a chance. I don't know, like because my parents like they ready to get everything done because it's been tiring for them. So
yeah, I got you. We kind of figured, you know, as Ohio State fans, when we see a late offer go out like that, like it's pretty obvious that it's late, and it would take some, you know, something happen to get a shot there. But who are some of your top teams right now? Have you put out a top 5 or anything?
LSU, Texas A&M, Texas, and Miami.
Gotcha. Those guys are all recruiting you pretty hard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, is the relationship developing at a pretty good, decent pace between you and LJ and Matt Patricia?
Uh,
You could be honest.
I really don't know because like I haven't been hearing from him, so I guess not. Like,
Yeah, I got you.
yeah.
So when you being a top recruit like this, man, when you have conversations, right, and you go on these official visits, what are some of the things that you're going to be looking for in these schools at your official visits? Like just building relationships with people, or what is it that you need to see on your official visits to kind of, lock this in as to what school you're going to go to?
Just building relationships, like you said, getting to know the players to know how it's really like. They the ones doing it, and I'll be doing the same with them. So getting to know the players, the place, the school, my education and degree and all that. So that's really the main focus.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the schools doing that are different than OSU in terms of recruiting you, or are everybody doing the same thing?
I think everybody doing pretty much the same thing. I haven't really seen like the big like who's up there, or like who leading whoever on. But like maybe it'll get to the point like which scheme fit best for me, of my playing style and like how things will work and get me projected, because I want to go first round pick to be exact. So like whatever scheme that helped me get that, get me to the NFL, retire, set me for life, then that'd be good for me.
So did you watch this last NFL draft? Just curious. Did you watch the
Yes,
first
I did.
round?
Watched a little bit.
So you saw Big Tyleek get picked up early?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, Lamar, so out of curiosity, right, we're pretty passionate about this recruiting thing, and we hear how coaches have different recruiting strategies, right? But as a big-time defensive tackle, what kind of style do you like? Do you like to hear from a coach every single day? Do you like a coach that texts you every other day? Do you like in-home visits and stuff like that? Like, what is kind of your style of how you like your recruitment to be?
Just being able to chat with the coach, like being like comfortable with them, because like whenever I get to the college, making sure that I'm safe with them, having the trust. So just building that before I get to the school, that'd be good for me.
Have you locked any OVs in yet?
Yes, sir. May 38th, I'll go to Miami. Then the following week, I'll go to Texas. And after that, Texas A&M, then LSU.
Nice. Dude, if everything works out perfect for you, right? Like you show up to college, you play your years, what would that plan look like for you to work out? Do you want to show up somewhere and be on the field as a freshman, and you trying to be at the NFL year 3? Like, what's that perfect plan that you have in place for yourself?
I'm ready to show up to play as a freshman, because like I had the mindset that to don't show just to get a participation award. So like going in, working, getting that playing time. Of course, I mean, I don't like coaches telling me that I'm gonna play, because like I know I'm gonna have to work for that, and like I'm willing to work and do everything for that to get my playing time and get my recognition and all that. But I plan on doing 3 years, leaving. If it's take 4, then I'll take the 4 years. I don't see a problem with that. So just whatever best for me.
Yeah.
Will Ohio State be getting a visit from you? Do you know yet?
Nah, because we shut. I commit July 10th, so like it's a little too late.
Got you.
So we obviously kind of feeling the vibe about it. You got your school set in, not a big deal. We like learning about the recruiting process, but out of curiosity, like when was the earliest that you did hear from Ohio State? Was like the Matt Patricia phone call and offer? Was that the first time, or did you hear from anybody previous to that from Ohio State?
When Coach Leigh Allen Clark was there.
Yeah.
But he went to Texas. But yeah, that's the first time. But with me and him, nobody knows that. Like me and him, our bond go different than any other coach. Like I'll say that I have like the best relationship with any coach in America with him, because like we've been knowing each other since I was small. Like he's from Baton Rouge area. I used to go to his football camps when he was out here doing those. And his dad coached me at my old middle school. So like we just been had this great relationship, like trust with him.
Yeah. So I would guess that that's kind of the pool that Texas has, along as some various other things. What is it about Texas A&M that has them on the list?
Just the vibe there. I like the culture. People call us a cult, but like I see nothing wrong with it. The school's nice. Atmosphere's crazy out there. Just the two D-line coaches there, I build bonds with, talk to them. I think probably every day. They show that they want me there, and like I respect them for that.
And what about Miami?
It's just the same, like just really the same pieces with them, like the two D-line coaches, Coach Taylor and Coach D-Lou there, and I love Coach Cristobal a lot. He shows that he also wants school. All four schools really show the same thing, but like I respect the other three besides LSU because like they the ones that push for me. They wanted to recruit me. A lot of schools that offered me, they just offered me because they thought I was like a quote-unquote LSU lock. So they didn't want to guess waste their time. So, like, I respect the other three schools for recruiting me.
Gotcha. Man, what does that look like? What does it look like having four schools after you? Does it look like dealing with, 4 different text messages every single day from 4 different coaches? Is it you got to juggle all these relationships, man? How is that to deal with as a young man?
It may be hard, but I think is that like I get one shot doing this. Like it's gonna be my last time. Like so, it may be hard. Like at the beginning, it was hard, but like ever since everything slowed down for me and everything, I love it. My parents love it and everything with the recruitment process because we get this one time. And, like I'm blessed to have all this. To be honest.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We hear all the time, we hear from some recruits that say, hey, this thing's kind of wearing us out. It's wearing our family out, the whole nine, whole 9 yards. We talked to several parents and, they've kind of filled us in on how much of an impact this recruiting process has on your family as well. You know what I mean? They got to pay to make this happen and that happen and take the time out to get you there and back and forth. Is there a point in time in this, like that's kind of happened, or does your commitment date feel just like the right time? Like, hey, it's time to pull the trigger, or is it kind of like, hey, man, this is a lot to deal with. It's time to get this thing over with and make a decision.
I'll say with my parents, time to get it over with, but I want to get this all said and done so I can focus on my high school team, focus on them. Don't have to worry about recruitment in the between. Like games or in season in the fall, because like I said, we trying to leave with a state championship because it hasn't been done in like 6-7 years, I think. So.
Yeah.
Yep. So I just want to say congratulations on just being the big time athlete that you are. You got big things ahead of you, and even though it probably won't be Ohio State, if you would like to come back on the Buckeye Boys and announce your commitment, we're all for that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, do you watch a lot of NFL, college football growing up?
College football, but not really too much NFL.
Not really too much NFL. Do you have like an NFL player that you look up to or anything like that, or no, you just kind of doing your own thing?
I watch a little bit of like almost everybody. I like Eagles D-line, Myles Garrett, Michael Parsons, a dude from the Panthers. I forgot his name. But yeah, that's like the main people I would usually watch from the NFL.
Gotcha. All right, a couple lighthearted questions here before we let you off here, man. Let's go with this first one, man. One meal for the rest of your life, dude. What's it gonna be? What are you gonna eat forever and ever?
Probably Louisiana seafood balls. I eat that almost every day.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, dude.
Can't go wrong with that one.
Or any Louisiana food, to be honest.
Yeah, I got you. All right, dude. So let's play this one out a little bit. You're a first round top 10 draft pick. You get that signing bonus. It's time for you to go pick a ride out, dude. Any ride, any car, any truck, whatever it is, man. What you going after, dude? What you gonna get?
I don't think I get myself. I don't think I get me something. Yeah, I'll probably get my parents straight first, then I'll maybe think of that.
Oh, okay. Like an Escalade or something for the parents.
Maybe their own cars, another house. Who knows? So,
Oh, dang. Yeah, I love it, man. That's
What's
a good
the
way of
first
thinking, man.
thing you're gonna do when you get your first NIL check?
maybe I'll probably buy my mom a car.
Okay,
Oh,
you know
Love
what
it,
kind of
man.
car?
I want to make sure they straight first, and then give me
Yeah.
that. And I'm not like the type of buy like just go blow money. I save a lot of money. So
Yeah,
That's good, man. Sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders, good mentality. It's always cool to hear a young kid like yourself not have yourself first, man. You want to take care of your family. Nothing wrong with that, man. We appreciate the heck out of you for coming on here, man. I wish Ohio State would have maybe offered you sooner and talked to you sooner, man. You're a heck of a football player. It's going to be exciting watching where you commit, watching you play football, man. And you keep up the hard work, man. Keep up the grind. And just make sure, you keep those good people around you, man. A lot of the stories we hear where players go south, man, it normally involves somebody coming into their inner circle that doesn't have the right motives, man. And, I hate seeing that for any recruit. So we appreciate you, man. It's going to be exciting watching you play. Mello, you got any final thoughts or any final words?
man, we appreciate you joining us, big dog. Like, you got a bright future. You got your head on straight, and we look forward to watching you develop and play over the next few years, brother.
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Lamar, you got any final words for College Football Nation?
Nothing much. I'm just ready to go to college and dominate, to be honest. So, yeah.
Yes,
Love
sir.
it, man. I love it. Well, again, we appreciate the heck out of you, man. But on that note, we'll catch you later, bro.
Yes, sir. See y'all. Thanks for having
See
me.
ya.
See you. Yep. Well, we accomplished our goal there. It's awesome to hear like different perspectives of different recruits, especially in Louisiana. I kind of figured, right, that was kind of what the deal was. But you want to get a little bit of inside information on D-line recruiting. I think we heard a lot there that can kind of give you that, man. We can't go after every kid in the country. I tell you what did kind of hurt and it stung, but this is just the reality of college football is hearing how close he is to Le'Allen Clark, a one-time Ohio State coach, man. And I don't know how many times we've heard people say, dang, why we let him go? Why we let him go? You know what I'm saying? But to speak reality, dude, that's the more information I gather, the more that I feel like, dang, bro, I wish we could have kept that coach. Because you look at the transfer portal, Texas is throwing mad money. But we also know that Le'Allen Clark was a heck of a recruiter. Like you just heard it there. The number one D tackle, the only person he heard from Ohio State was Le'Allen Clark. You know what I mean? So no sense in reminiscing on the past and being negative about it, but it's interesting to hear the other side of things from recruits that Ohio State isn't in on. Matt Patricia took that shot way late, as we might gather, but we accomplished the goal. I wanted to get on here, man, and see what the ins and outs were of the Ohio State offering. Why would they offer that late and stuff like that? And I think we got our question answered. He's going to be a heck of a football player. Again, if you haven't watched this film and you like football like we do, you just like watching some of these recruits and how they grow as football players, go watch his film because he's going to be a big-time football player, no doubt. Mello, you got anything?
No, absolutely. We wanted to find out what was really going on with the defensive line recruiting. I think it was pretty telling, at least in his process of what happened, because obviously every recruit's recruitment is completely different. And so don't just take that and be like, oh, LJ's not recruiting players or Matt Patricia's not recruiting players. No, they are recruiting. Just LJ probably thought he was definitely going to LSU. He dropped the ball. Like it happens. We're human, But that was just interesting, that part. And that the fact that, he's not going to be at Ohio State. If I had to guess right now, man, he's going to Texas. So we're going to be seeing that boy down the road.
Yeah. That if I had to guess where he was going based off of that, that's the first time we've had an interview like that. I kind of suspected that was going to happen. I've been talking to him for a couple weeks now, and I never got that vibe. right? But I didn't ask him any of these questions because I wanted to ask him on this show because
Right.
I'm legit curious, right, about the ins and outs of this. But you do have to realize, like Melo said, man, bro, we cannot offer every kid. Sure, you can dig into this and come up with a million negative things. That's just not what we do here on this show. It's not what we do in our personal lives necessarily, because I mean, if you want negative information and negative talk, there's 10 other Buckeye shows doing it right now on the internet. So you can probably go there, but you can figure out yourself where, Ohio State falls short, maybe in the defensive line recruiting, because there's no perfect program in the nation. There's always going to be things you can get better at. But that was a little inside information. You don't have to go read. And now when you read on the message boards about it, because it's a hot topic, he got offered. So it's a conversation right now. I think if you're a Buckeye fan, you just heard everything that you needed to hear. So when you read about it on the message boards or articles or whatnot, you could rest assured that you just heard it out of his mouth and you know where the information came from, man. That's our goal here on the Buckeye Boys, to allow these kids and these recruits to speak for themselves in an interview that is not pushed towards one direction. We are Ohio State fans, so we want to know the Ohio State information. Every once in a while, we'll try to do a little recruiting for ourselves for the Buckeyes, if the vibe is right. But that was not one of those times. But I enjoyed it, man. Different interview, getting the ins and outs of a different player, man. Different recruit, Louisiana, that Ohio State took a shot at late. I don't hate the shot. You got to take a chance. You know what I'm saying? So, anything else, Mello, before we shut this thing down?
Oh, I just got to address this Texas fan. He's saying good luck with Julian saying, bro, you got to be out of your mind, or you don't understand. You haven't been following high school recruiting at all, or don't know, you have zero idea who Julian Saying is. The kid could throw all over the field, and you're going to find out come August 30th. Don't go listen to the 247 and On 3 and Con 3 and all these other places that are sitting here trying to drive up clicks. And they're like, well, we don't know if Julian Saying is going to be that good, or if Lincoln Keenholz is going to be that good. He's going to be that dude. Go look at Ryan Day. Look at his QB pedigree. There's not a better QB whisperer in college football, period. He had one slip up with Kyle McCord, and Kyle McCord was pretty decent, as you saw last year. So if you think Julian Saying is going to be trash, you're going to be probably crying August 30th.
I am going to take this opportunity, LL, as a Texas fan, legit. I am curious. Put it in the chat real fast. Your thoughts on all your transfer portal defensive tackles. Is it just a loading up thing, or do you think that you guys needed all that help, or do you think that it just I want to know from a Texas fan's perspective your thoughts on all the defensive tackles signed in the portal. I'm not saying anything negative about it or anything, but I expect you guys to have a darn good defensive line this year with everybody you brought in. And we're well aware of the task that the Buckeyes are up against Texas. You guys are pretty dang loaded. We took care of business in the playoffs, but I was at that game. It was one of my favorite games to go watch. I love football games like that. So it's going to be a good time, man. Mika says, tell Dev his new nickname. I know it. The Weatherman Dev. Wishy-washy.
Dev Weatherman Anderson. That's Mika's nickname for Devin, because he can make all the different predictions. That way he's never wrong, like a weatherman.
Yeah,
I think it's the perfect name for him. But it is, yes.
If you've heard me talk about the D-line, I've said multiple times that it's going to be good and it's going to be bad. So I promise you this, I'm going to be right. You know what I mean? Like I got 100% chance at being right. It's going to rain tomorrow, or it's not going to rain tomorrow. You will or you won't do is exactly as I tell you to do. You're going to do what I tell you to do. You know what I mean? So,
and LL, I agree. It is going to be a great game. I actually think it's going to be the game of the year, to be honest with you. But the reason I said you were saying he was trash, because you said good luck with that when you said figure out who the quarterback is, and they said Julian Saying. So when you reply in that context, good luck with that, that's implying that you're saying he's not going to be good. So that's why I approached it the way I did.
Hey, LL, we appreciate you coming and watching the Buckeye Boys, man. Come back again. We'll obviously cover a lot of Ohio State stuff, but we have all different kind of recruits on here, man. So come check us out for sure. We welcome all fan bases here. Our only rule is no personal attacks in the chat, in which you have not done. So we appreciate you, man. And we always going to back up the Buckeyes. You know, Julian Saints, best quarterback in the nation, is what it is, dude. But anyway, we appreciate you guys for watching, man. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Tomorrow, who do we have on tomorrow? Isn't somebody coming on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who is it? What's tomorrow?
It's at 5. Caden Dixon Wyatt.
Yeah, Caden Dixon Wyatt, but we're gonna pre-record that and drop that later because they just interviewed him on so I guess we're just doing a normal show tomorrow. But Friday, man, Pops Pod with Brett Getz, founder of SFE. You gotta be there for that one. That's gonna be an absolutely fire show at 7:10 p.m. over on the Scoop channel. Go check us out. On that note, we appreciate you guys. Dude, Mello, is it your birthday today?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, tomorrow.
Right. Thanks, Lisa, for letting me know that information. For some reason, Mello wasn't going to tell me. I know I should, as a friend, I should know, but it's like, we're guy friends. Guy friends don't know other guy friends' birthdays, man. That's not
for sure. That's why I got Facebook, actually, because I was forgetting like my sister and my brother's birthdays. So I had to bring the Facebook back because it tells you every day when it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Thanks, Craig.
Trivia. 1 pointer. Who did Ohio State play in 1995 when Terry Glenn set the school record for receiving yards in a game? Oh, boy. That's a rough one. Who did Terry Glenn set the receiving yards record in a single game? Who were they playing against? I know I would completely guess this one as well. A. Meadows.
He got it?
What? Meadows got it, man. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
I didn't know that one at all.
LL said he won't say. I think LL knew. Texas fan knew. Maybe. That's what he's saying. Hey, Meadows, you are – I know you're up there, man. You got 8 now.
So 3 out the lead.
Yeah, the Natural has 11. Steely has 10. A. Meadows has 7. Taco has 7. Russ has 5. Yeah, man. So we're getting up there in these points. Win a free ticket to the Washington game for Ohio State this year. You got to pay for your travel and your airfare, anything else you want to buy while you're there. If you can't make it, I'll reimburse you the money that I paid for the ticket. And help us grow this channel, man. We're a fan show, so everything that goes into this channel, super chats get donated to homeless vets and teen challenge that helps people with addiction and any other life struggles. And then any other thing we make on this channel, from our views and advertisement and becoming a member, which, by the way, become a member for $1.99 a month. It gets put back in the channel. It goes towards these giveaways. It goes towards the ticket giveaways. I would love to give away first, second, and third place winners of the trivia, all tickets, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Craig said there's only 9 likes. There's 427 people watching right now. Come on, man. If you're watching on X, go over to YouTube for us, man. Real quick, hit the like button for us, man. Subscribe over there. But on that note, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.
I-O.
Horns down. Bye.